Anguillians, the underlying challenges experienced over the past 2 years have magnified the vulnerability of our economy. It is inescapably clear that as a nation, we have been saddled with a debt of fiscal irresponsibility and resource mismanagement that, if not addressed, would collectively disenfranchise us as a people. While we make great strides and show the mettle of our resilience by weathering the storms that come upon us, we must all be mindful that along the continuum of leadership which we know as government, we must honor the commitments that have been made prior to our time of service. The record shows that we have been bridled in this direction for a long time, and despite the support of our administering power, we are expected to move forward in finding a way to repair our national debt and chart a course to a brighter future for all Anguillians. The implementation of a broad-based tax, in this case the goods and service tax, is upon us, and though the media outlets and platforms pull relentlessly at your genuine fears and concerns of this new experience, I encourage all to take heart in knowing that the competent team within the Ministry of Finance, the consultants, and international financial institutions, as well as by full extension my cabinet, have thoroughly conducted a comprehensive series of consultations with all relevant stakeholders, including the business community. We have considered and made several recommendations to address concerns raised, some of which they were not receptive to, and others which have been adopted in part. As part of this process, several proposals were placed before the business community to address the issue of stock on hand at the GST commencement date. These proposals included the operation of temporary bonded warehouses, as well as the operation of a credit system. The business community recently publicly disseminated 3 proposals with an aim to ameliorate or address potential negative impacts on retail sales, as well as significant price hikes to consumers. The proposals were centered on the issue of the treatment of stock on hand as of July 1st, 2022, for which interim goods tax, IGT, had been paid but is not reclaimable. I would like to make clear that full consideration was given to these proposals by my administration and the technical team. In particular, the proposed operation of a credit system would require a full stock count from each merchant. Further, this would require multiple audits and a tedious verification by line item to ensure that the records produced equate to and balance what has been imported. Regrettably, this would be untenable as it requires significant resources and extensive lead time to properly administer. Let it be known that full consideration was given to the possibility of a credit system prior to the recent communication from the business community. However, with the experience of the difficult period of the COVID pandemic, where concessions were not passed on to consumers, government must exercise good judgment in planned policy measures to ensure that we do not repeat the losses of $4 million or more, which should have translated to savings for the general public. It would be irresponsible of me and my cabinet to expect concessions through a credit system in this context to do anything more than produce crippling revenue losses coupled with unnecessary and significant price increases for the Anguillian public. Though unfortunate, we must take guidance from the lessons of the past if we are to successfully navigate to the opportunities amongst the challenges we face. Of note, we have arranged to meet with the retail business sector tomorrow, Friday. Make no mistake, the people of Anguilla are at the heart and focus of every decision my administration makes. And though we have had to make the unpopular choices as your leaders, we will honor the faith and trust you have placed in us, not only the future of generations to come, but your ability to lead a stable and decent life now. That is the tightrope that we must and have been walking amidst the many challenges. We are not immune to the global economic challenges. We are not sheltered from the rising food costs and the immobilizing energy crisis. We are awake at the helm and mindful of the course ahead, recognizing the debilitating global challenges unfortunately coupled with the timing of the GST implementation producing inflationary pressures. It is on this backdrop that this Anguilla Progressive Movement administration has devised a stimulus package of direct consumer assistance that will ensure the support, credits, and concessions are received by the ones who need it the most, the ones who will be responsible for paying the GST, and by all checks and balances, free this country from the debt we have been burdened with. I am pleased to announce the first planned measures in a package of cost of living support of 11 million EC dollars. The following support will be made available to ameliorate and defray significant increases in the cost of living in Anguilla due to global inflationary pressures. 1. The application of credits of 1,000 EC dollars in 2 equal payments to domestic, that is household electricity accounts. This is costed at 6 million EC dollars. 2. The temporary enhancement of the public assistance program through the Department of Social Development to increase the benefits payable by 25% for a 3-month period effective the 1st of July. Further provisioning will also be made to ensure funds are available should more persons seek this vital assistance. This has been costed at 40,000 EC dollars. 3. The one-off provision of 500 EC dollar food vouchers to all senior citizens in Anguilla 70 years and older. This has been costed at 250,000 EC dollars. And 4. The removal of goods and services tax on gasoline, diesel, and LPG or cooking gas for a 12-month period in the first instance. This is costed at 4.56 million EC dollars. These relief measures were approved by Executive Council and with the support of Her Excellency the Governor, the UK Minister for the Overseas Territories, the Right Honourable Amanda Milling, has agreed that the Government of Anguilla can increase its 2022 expenditure budget to fund this relief package. This support is in addition to existing measures which include 1. The removal of excise tax on gasoline imports for a 6-month period costing 1.93 million EC dollars, and 2. The removal of duty and tax on essential food items for a 6-month period costing 400,000 EC dollars. I implore every Anguillian in need of assistance at this time to come forward and utilize the support services that are made available through the Ministry of Social Development. We Anguillians are dignified people, but there's no dignity in suffering. These resources exist to ease the burden and lessen the load life saddles us with. I encourage the team and the Department of Social Development to ensure that the process of providing assistance to our brothers and sisters is non-invasive, expedient, and without undue process. Further details will be released on how the cost of living support measures can be accessed. I have instructed my teams to ensure the distribution of this support is expedited and without burden to recipients. In closing, my cabinet and I took an oath to deliver a reimagined Anguilla. We have committed to birth forth the possibilities that this great nation possesses. With the strength and help of the Almighty God, we will not abort the hope of present circumstances, nor the potential of days to come. You can trust us as your leaders to act in your best interests and to manifest the vision we share with our forefathers. Anguilla will continue to rise as we do our part to lift each other up. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless Anguilla. Thank you.